Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to cook the most perfect prime rib. Now I've had this sitting out, it's now 1 o'clock, I've had this sitting out since about 7. You got to have it room temperature. If you don't have it room temperature, it's not going to work. So don't put it in cold and say, Carmen, it came back bad. That's not on me. Got to have it room temperature. We also have room temperature butter, so it's nice and squishy. Then we have some herb de Provence, some kosher salt, and just some ground pepper that I'm going to put on after everything is done. So what you do is you take your herb de Provence, put an abundance in the dish with the butter, get it nice and squishy, mix it all up. That's all we're doing, just mixing it up nice and nice. And then we're going to coat the entire prime rib. When I coat that, I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back. I've slathered it. I used my butter and the herb de Provence that I told you about. So now I'm going to take some kosher salt and I'm going to apply it generously all over. So much so that it's getting on the floor. You can't put enough of this on. When you think you have too much, throw a little more on. It's going to add a lot of flavor and it's going to cook through. And when it comes out, it will not be too salty, I guarantee it. You don't even want to see any of the prime rib on the top. You're going to have the juices flow and everything's going to be in the pan. It's going to make its own au jus sauce. You're not even going to have to make that. Okay, I'm going to say I have enough on there. Looks good. And I like to take just a little bit of ground pepper and I'll coat it a little bit on top. Okay, so like I said, we preheated our oven to 500 degrees. This prime rib is 9.5 pounds. So to cook it, it's simple math. You take your prime rib and you multiply that by 5, and that's how many minutes you're going to cook it. This is 9.5 pounds. I'm going to round it up to 10. So 10 times 5 is 50 minutes at 500 degrees. Okay, so if you have a 3-pound prime rib, it works with any size. 3 pound, you take 5 minutes at each pound, 15 minutes at 500 degrees, okay? And then what you do is you turn off your oven for 2 hours afterward. So you set the timer now, I'm going to set it for 50 minutes, and then I'm going to turn off the oven. Don't open the oven, don't let any heat out whatsoever. If you do, it's not going to work, too much heat escapes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in now, and then we're going to come back after my 3 hours, and I'm going to show you how perfectly this cooked by following those directions. You can turn the light on inside and take a look at it, but do not open that oven. Alright, so I'm going to put it in, and because of a little bit of heat loss, I'm going to set it for 51 minutes. And start. And then when that comes back, I'll shut it off, and then I'll leave it for 2 hours. Door closed and everything. Okay, and we'll come back and I'll show you how it looks. All right. Okay, so our timer's about to hit 0. It's been a solid 50 minutes. So what I'm going to do is just turn it off, cancel, and now I'm going to let it sit for another 2 hours, right up until 4 o'clock. And when I pull that out, that thing will be perfect. Now, you probably can't see, it's a reflection, but it's nice and charred on the outside. It's creating its own sauce, its own au jus sauce in there, and it's really, really percolating. So I'm going to turn off the oven light, and then I'm going to come back in 2 hours, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. House smells fantastic, by the way. Okay, see you in 2 hours. All right, so it's been 2 hours, and now we're going to pull it out and see how it looks. And that's the end result. Everybody got really, really quiet. So now we'll put a cut into it and see how it comes out, and I'll show you how nice it cooks. Look at that, it cooks perfect every single time. With our new sharp knife, cuts right through it. And there you go. And that's how it looks every single time, comes out perfectly.